I just upload my images, get AI model trained on it, and using some prompts, generate some cool photos of me. And that is the thing. Using that tool only, I created few photos of mine. I just created a Bumble profile, kept dating preferences to men, by the way. Within a day, I got around 500 matches.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure why people are right swiping. They can simply visit on the website.
It must be a winning smile.
Fine.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Indian Startup Show. It's an indie hacker special with my guest, Piyush Patel, the founder of AmplifyX Labs. Piyush is a prominent voice in the Micro-SaaS and indie hacking space. From bootstrapping projects to building in public and exploring AI-powered tools, Piyush shares invaluable insights into his personal journey, product development strategies, and the future of Micro-SaaS. This episode is packed with actionable advice for aspiring indie hackers, developers, and entrepreneurs who want to build and scale meaningful projects without funding. He also talks about how numerology and astrology help with his personal and business life. So please enjoy the show. Thank you. Hello, Piyush. Thank you for coming on the Indian Startup Show today.
Hi, Neil.
Please tell the listeners what you do.
Right now, I'm building micro-SaaS apps, marketing, and just growing those apps over the internet. Things are going pretty well. I started this back in August of this year. So it has been just 3 months only. Already made $2,000. And we're just getting started, completely bootstrapped, no funding from anywhere.
Let's move on to the product development, specifically around a new product. How did you identify whether these ideas are worth pursuing?
It's a good question. I mean, I get asked this question quite a lot. So since I have worked in a lot of different industries within a span of, let's say, 3 years, a lot of ideas, what to build, what kind of products might actually work, they come from these experiences. Secondly, I love to talk to a lot of these founders, SaaS founders and all. Just talk to them, listen to their problems, what they are facing, what they're dealing with. Mostly, I get all these ideas from there. For example, just like I talked about Hook Ads ad product, that is something which I found while working in Merlin. This social listening product, which I talked about, that is something which I found while working when I started indie hacking, and I was facing issues to get leads. So I thought, okay, this is something which I can build, can use it myself, and I can sell it to others as well. So those are the ideas. Mostly I get from problems. Mostly some of them are my problem, or let's say my friend's problem. Other than that, I think whatever is trending right now, let's say on Twitter, a heavy Twitter user, by the way. So on Twitter, a lot of people, when anything new comes, some people experiment, some people, just try to build something out of it. I just keep on monitoring their Twitter threads, Twitter profiles and everything. I feel like I can build something better out of it, build an MVP, launch it, get initial traction, get few customers who are willing to pay. And then I move to the development phase. Until then, there is no developer involved. MVP and everything is built by me only. The idea is verified. I know, okay, this is something which we can build into a solid product. That is the point I involve some developer and ask him to build the full-fledged product.
Let's go back to the MVP stage then. What does that look like? Is it literally 1 or 2 features on a website?
I'll just give you some examples.
Yes.
So it's mostly a landing page. So when I talk about MVPs, I build nothing, almost nothing. I just have a landing page, simple landing page. Prefer to run some ads and see if people are coming on the page and how much time they are spending. So I have this Google Analytics set up and everything done already. So I just track their. So by the way, there's one more tool called Microsoft Clarity, which I use on my websites. So it tracks all the things which the user is doing, clicking, scrolling, where. So I just monitor those sessions, see what is, sticking with them. Why is someone clicking on that button? Why, if is the user confused and everything? I analyze those sessions, and based on that session, I get a hunch, okay, it's maybe that is something which users might be interested in too. And if someone, of course, signs up, fills a form and everything, I just get on a call with them, try to understand. If possible, most of the people don't reply anyways. There is anyone who replies, okay, get on a call, try to figure out, okay, if the user is willing to pay for it or not. And if the user is willing to pay for it, in fact, some of the people, they actually pay me before even the product building starts. That's even better. Then I actually start. So if you see few of my products, for example, this ad product, which I'm talking about, AI ad generator. If you go on the website and see, it's a static page. Nothing else is there. You get some templates, which are made on Canva right now. Our team is working on the backend, generating these ads using AI and all. So there's a human involved right now. If let's say anyone is talking about the software product, But yeah, we have nothing other than the website right now,
Mhm.
and we are still working on the tech part.
Awesome stuff.
So
Okay. So we've got the idea, we've got the MVP. Briefly
mhm.
mentioned getting your first customers. I'm sure you mentioned Bumble, so I'm interested in how you got your customer, how you got your first customers using Bumble.
The product, one product is full AI photo generator, where I just upload my images, get AI model trained on it, and using some prompts, generate some cool photos of me. And that is the thing. Using that tool only, I created few photos of mine. They were really cool looking. One photo was in front of Mount Fuji. One was in front of Eiffel Tower. One was in New York. So these were some photos. I just created a Bumble profile, kept dating preferences to men, by the way. Uh, yeah, because
Why is that?
those are the target, those are the people, those are that's the target audience
Okay.
in
Okay.
India, especially. What happens, the supply demand. If I talk about supply and demand, it's always supply of girls on the platform is lesser. It's
Mhm.
never equal.
You're all about the business. There's what I'm to romance. Go on, carry
Yeah.
on.
So yeah, so basically, a lot of people are desperate. Men are mostly desperate. They're not getting right swipes and all. Of course, those are the that's the target audience. So I just created a profile and I just mentioned, okay, these are the photos which you see on this profile are AI generated. And if you want to generate similar photos, visit this website and all. Within a day, I got around 500 matches.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure why people are right swiping. They can simply
Must
visit on the website, but they're
must be
right swiping.
it must be your winning smile.
Fine. Okay, so yeah, so one of the person, like, it was on the launch day only. I got 500 swipes, and
Yeah.
someone visited the website, bought the product,
Ah.
and generated a photo, and that was him playing tennis. Maybe he is using on his Bumble or Tinder profile. I'm not sure, but yeah, that was the story. That's how I got my first client.
So you're helping Indian male men get matched up. Our listeners are building MVPs. In terms of what are the common mistakes they should avoid?
One thing which I learned the hard way, a lot of people think people actually buy product, right? The tech part. A lot of people make this mistake. They just get an idea, start thinking about what could be the possible product. They don't deep dive into the problem space a lot. So when they get an idea, they start thinking about the solutions, about hypothetical problems which they have in their mind. They think, okay, these are the list of problems. They have never talked to their customer, just think about these are the problems, and they just hypothesize the solution as well, and they start building also, thinking to actually get a customer. You need to have a product that takes time, that takes resources, that takes energy. That is something which I always recommend to everyone, that first get someone at least to pay for your development. I mean, if you have three, four, doesn't matter. Like, get at least 100, 200 visitors on your website, run ads. You'll get at least 2 to 3 people who click, fill the form, or anything, do anything, like do all these activities. Maybe someone can pay for it also. Talk to them, figure out what their problems are. If your website, like what you think, aligns with the problem or not. Matlab, deep dive into the problem space for a week at least before building anything. It's very common for new developers or new business, startup founders and all, to actually start building a product whenever they see something, they can that can be built. That is something which I always recommend. Don't do. Just get a static website ready, run some ads, get some people, talk to them, figure out the problems very clearly, and then start building something.
It must be difficult to know what features to put in, because sometimes a customer may say, I want this, and the other customer may say, I don't want this.
Yeah, definitely, it happens. So there's a book, very interesting book. It's called The Mom Test. So
Okay,
I
yeah.
recommend reading it.
I've
In
read
my
that.
first job, oh, great. Talks about how to actually get in the depth of customers' mind. So
Mhm.
when they say, I need this, do they actually need it? Or they are looking to solve some other problem and they think this is the solution. That's why they are asking for it. So deep dive into their inner desires, how to talk to your customers. The books talk about that. This is what I do. Whenever someone says, okay, I need this feature, I really need this feature. I just use those principles, ask few questions, 3, 4 questions. I get to know, okay, this is they actually need it, or it's just that they think this will help them. I mean, most of the times I feel like 70% of the requests, being a product manager, I use this a lot in my previous startup as well. So there, about 70% of the request I used to reject. I used to apply all these principles. And yeah, I mean, even the client used to agree, okay, I thought it would help me. But yeah, you made it clear that this won't help and all. That's the thing which is helping me right now as well.
What are your thoughts on pivoting then? Because that could either make or break the startup.
I mean, in the initial phases, even after a week, you start thinking, okay, this is not the actual problem that users might be facing. You keep on pivoting. I feel like this is important also. You should actually have some patience as well. I see a lot of people, they pivot too soon. You should actually invest at least 6 months before you pivot into some other idea. So that's one of the reason why I'm building multiple apps, not just a single one. I'm just trying to give enough time to each and every idea. So within 6 months, this is what I'm doing. Every month we are launching 2 products at least. By 6th month, we'll be having 12 to 15 products in the market. Almost 90% of the products will be a flop, but there will be one product which I'll be sure of that this is something which I want to build, work on for the next 2 or 3 years. So that is the thing which I'm doing. This is just to avoid me pivoting an idea like every now and then. So that's the beauty of indie hacking as well. There is no investor or no one pressurizing me. This is what I need. This is what you should be building. I'm just a free man who's building, anything.
Free.
Which, yeah.
That's the best
Just
way to
struggling with
build
the
it.
finances. Yeah, just struggling with the finances. Other than that, I'm free.
You're just living life, putting yourself on dating apps.
Right.
You mentioned shutting down a project. That must be very tough. Obviously, you've invested so much time and effort. What is the process around shutting down a project? When should you shut down a project?
So there's no hard and fast rule or there's no playbook around it, when you should actually shut your startup. But I feel like when internally you feel that, this is not something which I'll be willing to work on for the next 2 or 3 years. So there is a time when you feel like there are better opportunities which are waiting for me and I need to just move on. It comes within.
But personally, how did you feel emotionally when you've had to shut something down?
Oh, it's tough. So when I shut down my first startup, I just left that thing. After that, for the next 6 months, I was averse of hearing this word startup. I just didn't, I was not into the mood. I was not in the space. I was not willing to do anything else. So it was very tough for me. It was like a breakup, if I would say. So once you, break up, you don't want to get into a relationship too soon. So that was the thing for me. But yeah, it took me around 2 more years. But it was it was a really good experience. Starting up in college, making mistakes, learning from those mistakes. So when I went into my first job, I knew exactly what are the gaps I have in my, let's say, skills and learning. Those I want to work on. So I utilized the next 2 years very properly, working on the exact problems which I faced, during my startup.
You bounce back.
Yeah.
Talk about scaling then, because obviously these apps seem to be going well. What does that look like? When should you do it and how do you do it?
So for me,
is it sort of like once you're making money, okay, now we need to scale this and now we're getting customers?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's one ratio. So there's a book there's a post which I read. Mark Lowe is also an indie hacker. He's a big indie hacker, by the way. So he measures something called as visitor earning. So what he does, let's say if you have 100 visitors on your website and 2 people make the payment, and from those 2 people, you get maybe $100. So per visitor payability is $1 because $100 divided by 100 visitors, right? So that is something which he measures. And he says, okay, if you have this ratio is maybe greater than $0.15, then you should continue on the project and you can maybe invest more and more money into it. There are other formulas as well. People say, okay, if you have a CAC is to LTV ratio, maybe greater than 3, right? Whatever money you are spending on acquiring the customer, you are making 3 times. So that's like you have hit the maybe product market fit and you can scale it. So those are the 2 ratios. I'm still to hit any PMF. I'm very far from PMF, by the way. The startups with whom I worked with in the past, for them, these were some of the ratios which they were using, and when these numbers come, they just burn a lot of money and acquire new customers. And I think this is not so. A lot of people think scaling is all about a J curve. Like you have 100 people today, you'll have 1,000 people the next month, you will have 10,000 people the very next month, and that's how it will grow. But it doesn't happen like that, because this is what I have seen with other startups as well. So you acquire your first 100 customers maybe in a month. Let's say you acquire next 1,000 customers on the month two, but on month three or month four, you will see there is a saturation. Like
Mm.
your growth has flattened out. Your CAC
Mm.
is to LTV ratio. They don't align. It has fallen down. Something like that will happen. And that is the time you should work not on the growth part, but actually to retain the customers which you have already made.
Yes.
So just work on their user experience, improve their user experience, work on the NPS score and everything else. Once you hit those numbers, you start getting some, referral traffic. That's the time you should again aim for growth. So it's a mix. Like you aim for growth for a few months, aim for retainability, you aim for some other metric, and that's how it grows. That's how startups work.
Awesome.
Yeah,
You mentioned growth hacking. Talk about
right,
marketing and growth. Your experience in Meta, Google, TikTok ads, SEO,
right.
email marketing, paid and unpaid. What works? What doesn't work? Help our indie developers.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone, of course. I mean, even I am not funded, so I have
Mm.
limited resources. I want to know what
Mm.
is working for us or not. So this is what has worked for us till date. A lot of customers we are getting right now, it's from cold emailing.
Okay.
We do a lot of cold Twitter DMs. We do a lot
Right.
of cold LinkedIn DMs, by the way.
Yeah.
So those are the sources of traffic for us right now for our B2B, like business products,
Mm.
where we are targeting founders, entrepreneurs, and everyone else. So those are the like channels which are working for us. And if let's say we are spending $100 on email marketing,
Mm.
we are making maybe $600 back.
Oh, nice.
So the ratio is pretty good till now. And I think there's a lot of scope. Right now, we are working on scaling these channels only, because we are only sending, let's say, 5,000, 6,000 emails every week. So we
Mm.
can go up to 1 lakh, 2 lakh emails a week. I mean, 100, 200K
Mm.
emails, sorry, week or month. So that is the next target for us internally. Ads, I think you should start working on ads when these funnel numbers sorted. So let's say if you have organically, if you're getting, let's say, 100 people, and out of them two are paying, and you have a CAC is to LTV ratio, everything is solidified, right? The
Mm.
funnel numbers which I'm talking about, traffic, conversion, referral, and everything. You already know, okay, if I run ads, get 100 people, two people will pay. So if you have those numbers sorted, then go for ads. Otherwise, you'll be burning a lot of cash. It's a cash burning activity. Don't start ads until then. Of course, Meta ads do work better
Mm.
than Google ads. A lot of these cases. But if you are running, let's say, if you have a B2B product, so Google search ads do work better. TikTok ads, we have tried. They never worked for us. We'll try it again. We'll see. So yeah, these are the channels. Organic marketing is something which we have to try. We
Mm.
haven't tried it yet. A lot of like some traffic I'm getting from my YouTube channel, where I'm
Yeah.
making videos on indie hacking, how to start, how to, your SaaS apps and everything. So
Mm.
some people are, buying our product from there as well. If I talk about viral marketing, maybe Instagram, TikTok, and everything. That is something which we have to try. Let's see. I mean, it will still take us a couple of months before we organic growth journey on social media. And yeah, of course, blogs. Blogs is one thing. Sorry, I missed.
Yeah.
But blogging is something which you should definitely do. Google, I think there is no alternative to free like Google's traffic. I mean, maybe if you write 100 blogs, few of them will start ranking on Google. And the
Mm.
amount of traffic which you will get, from free of cost from Google, the ROI is insane. So start spending on SEO optimization, SEO blog writing as soon as you can.
Quite interesting because email marketing's been around for a long time, and that's for
Yeah.
you, according to you, is still the best way to get customers.
B2B customers.
Mm.
B2B. So if I'm targeting founders, if I'm targeting marketers,
Mm.
I'll still prefer cold DMing. If I'll still prefer cold emailing. Ads are not that good. On the search ads, Google search ads do work. but they are that's very costly. So it's always good to maybe, start building your SEO, like you'll get free traffic from there. If you have B2C products, ads do work the best. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for cool photo AI, I mean, we are trying right now ads only, meta ads. But yeah, I feel like this will work wonders there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It seems that you go from one project to the other project to the next project. Why is that? Why not just stick with one project?
Just trying to diversify product portfolio. So a lot of times, so I have a team. I have few developers. I have a
Mm-hmm.
marketer as well. Like marketer as in it's an intern. We just know what to do. So operations are handled by other people. My main job is to think
Yeah.
and figure out the next strategy, the next move, what's working, what's not working, see the analytics, decide what will be the course of action, everything. I do have a lot of time and team has a lot of bandwidth. So we're just building shipping product, meanwhile maintaining, having a proper course of action for the products we have built in the past. Just trying to have good portfolio of products
Mm-hmm.
until we know that these are the two products we want to
Mm-hmm.
work on for the
Mm-hmm.
next 2 years or 3 years
Mm-hmm.
and grow it.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, we are just working on whatever we can find.
For yourself, what is the future like then? Are
So
you are you
I'm
looking
just
to get a job, or are you looking to go into a startup? Are you looking to get funded, or are you just
eh,
happy doing what you're doing at the moment?
I'm just trying to figure out product which I want to work on for the next in future.
Mm-hmm.
Once I figure out that product, there's a PMF, there's a proper market for that product. I know this is how we are going to scale it. I'll go for funding. I'll raise some funds. I'll it in a form of a startup and
Mm-hmm.
I'll grow it. Until then, I just like I said, right? If you raise funds too early, before you have a product, before you have a proper product market fit, investors will keep on haunting you. And I don't want that. I have seen it happening with a lot of people, and I'm just avoiding it. So until and unless I have a proper product and a product market fit, I don't want to raise funds.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah, it's cool. Good advice there. Yeah, you mentioned your YouTube channel. Talk about that. That seems quite interesting. Creating content to help people.
I started my YouTube channel back in college only. COVID happened. I was creating content on how to crack the exam, which I mentioned, ITJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was the exam I was creating content on because I already cracked it. I was teaching others how to crack it as well. After that, I got bored. I started vlogging my day, like how I spent my time in college and everything, just recording some fun activities which we were doing back in college. Got bored of that also very soon. I was just looking for like what else to create content on because internally, like from within, I just want to share my learnings, my life experiences with others. So that is something which I want to do, but I was not able to find the perfect niche on which I want to create content. And this indie hacking happened, and I thought, okay, this is something which I can teach again. That's how I started creating content again on indie hacking, building products, building SaaS, building products using AI and everything.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of videos on those topics as well.
Yeah. What advice would you give our listeners then who want to do their own YouTube channel? Into what should they be creating?
Yep. I feel like there is right now, you should work on your skills. First of all, have some solid skills. A lot of people see YouTube as as source of earning. Maybe they'll just get views and, based, you'll just get some sponsorship. You'll just ads and all, get some money and all those things. I feel like that's the wrong way of maybe starting your YouTube or doing YouTube because then you'll be optimizing for views only. You won't be optimizing for fun if that is your source of income, right? So have some solid skills. YouTube should only be a source of distribution, not get too attached to views and everything. Have some solid purpose behind the scenes. You should have something. You should be doing something solid, behind the curtains, so that you can be cool on the YouTube or on the platform. So any social media platform. So this is what I recommend to anyone who just want to be an influencer.
You mentioned AI and coding. That seems to be
Right.
a big thing at the moment. So does that mean
Yeah.
that if I want to learn coding, I just need to learn AI? I just need to learn ChatGPT. I don't actually have to learn HTML,
Yeah.
JavaScript, CSS, etc., etc.
I'm not a coder, by the way. I never coded. Like in the second year, I was coding robots. I was making drones. After that, I quit coding. It has been almost 5 or 6 years. Never coded anything in my life. Worked as a product manager. Never coded there as well. Just telling everyone what to build, and everyone else was coding. So, but the thing is, now AI is so advanced. So I use two tools, by the way. One is
Yeah.
bolt.new, one is Cursor AI. It's an IDE to write codes. I use these two tools, and I learned few concepts on MERN stack. MERN stack basically your React, your database connection API,
Mm.
what is how APIs work, how webhooks work, and everything. I just learned a few concepts within a week or two. Started using AI, and I'm just telling AI, okay, this is how this what I want to build, break it down into smaller components, and I give tasks to AI. So basically, I feel like if you want to get started with product development
Mm.
or software development using AI, you should know few basic things about tech, like how things work and everything. It's
Yeah.
just like I said, API, webhooks and everything, databases connection. Secondly, you should know when and how to give instruction to this AI.
Yeah.
Because if you say, okay, I want to build next Facebook, it won't do anything. But if you say, okay, I want to build a social networking site, and let's start with maybe just me putting content out there, and there are 10 more users who can see it, and then we will add the authentication layer, then we will add user profiles, then we will add media sharing, then we will add video sharing, and adding more and more features. When to give what kind of instruction, how to debug and everything. If you know all these things, I mean, you don't need to learn to code actually, but you can still build softwares using
Mm.
AI.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool. And what's the indie hacker scene like in India then?
In India, I met few indie hackers.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, in India, a lot of people still don't know what is indie hacking, by the way.
Oh, right, okay.
Um, I mean, there's a very interesting story. Wrote indie hacker on my Twitter profile,
Mm.
and there was some lady. She messaged me asking my help to recover an account since she thought I was a hacker. Okay, so I was an ethical hacker or something like that. Thought, and she asked my help to recover an account. So that's the state of indie hacking in India. People don't know
Mm.
about it. In fact, a lot of my friends who are like developers, who are product managers, they still don't know what is indie hacking. So it's still rising, and I just know like in India, I think there are not more than 50 people who are indie hacking right now.
Wow.
So that's the state of indie
What
hacking in
what
India
needs
right
what
now.
needs to change? What needs to change then? Because you're having fun and you're getting a lot out of it. Yeah, and you're making money as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure, but I feel like keep on creating more and more content on LinkedIn and on my YouTube channel.
Mm.
This will spread eventually because I feel like a lot of people, they know they want to build
Mm.
products, but they don't know what to build. They don't know how to build. I mean, if they are developer, of course they know how to build, but they don't know what to build, and they don't know how to sell it.
Mm.
And that's a like main blocker. They don't know how to sell it, and competition is so much out there that it's very hard to get even a single paying customer. So that is something which I want to change, not just for India, across the world also,
Yeah.
but starting from India. Just
Mm.
want to educate everyone how to actually build and sell products. And
Mm.
let's see how it goes. I've just
Mm.
started, so let's see how it goes.
It does seem there's a lot of startups that are basically AI for X. Is it really AI for X? Is it not just some sort of chat GPT program running
Uh,
behind it?
behind the scenes, it's all Chat GPT or some open source, model running.
Mm.
So nobody's, at least in India, nobody's working on real AI like deep tech.
Mm.
Nobody's, solving deeper problems. Uh, I think it's it. I think the base, like the penetration of AI is low even as of now, as we speak. We feel like AI is impacting everyone, but I think like this scratching the surface because a lot of my friends, they only know ChatGPT. They only know about ChatGPT. They don't know about Claude. They don't know what Cursor is. They don't know how to if they can even build an app just by prompting. Like they can build mobile apps. I mean, these are the things. The education about AI is also very low as of now, as we speak. Yeah. I mean, even if you're building just ChatGPT wrappers, since people don't know how to use, maybe stable diffusion or some, how to. A lot of people don't know about Midjourney and all, right? So even if
Mm.
you build some product which is very similar to them, still
Mm.
you'll get a lot of people who will pay for it.
That's good. Good point. Now, yeah. Last few questions then, because
Sure.
obviously you mentioned product development. It seems that some people might get intimidated by the idea of building their own products. What advice would you give them?
So product building, or let's say startup, is not for everyone. There's a first advice I always give to anyone who wants to start up or build their business. Yeah, if you're really sure that this is something which you want to do, start. Don't think about that very novel idea will strike someday in your mind, and then you will start building something. Just build a random website. Just copy a product simply. Just if you like a product, just try to copy it. Just try to build your own version of it. Just try to solve. This is just fun, right? You just want to automate some processes. Just try to build anything. I mean, eventually what will happen, your muscle memory, your neural connections will start building, and someday you'll get a better idea, or something like that will happen. Yeah, so just start simply.
Start.
That's the advice I would like to give.
But then once you start, how do you stay motivated?
Of course, to stay motivated, you need money. I think money is the biggest motivation. When this happens with me, I don't get motivated by the fact that money hits my account. In morning, I wake up, I see all the dashboards, like all the payment gateways and everything. I go and check if there is a subscription or not, if I got made $100 today or not. And if there is some revenue on that day, I feel happy. I feel excited. I feel excited to work more. So I feel like, yeah, to get started, you just need, some push, or maybe some, initial, just motivation to build something. But eventually it's all about money. So yeah, just build something which people want to pay for. And that's how you will remain motivated.
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah. Just looking at your LinkedIn profile, explore topics like astrology and numerology.
Yes.
How does that help you in your personal life?
Got it. Just love learning about random topics.
Yeah.
Astrology is one of them. I recently picked it up. Learning it right now. Numerology is something which I'm learning it right now. More than helping me, it helped me uncover a lot of people won't believe, but planets do affect your life, your thought processes. And, so it helped me learn that what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. Of course, you can know it by just simply observing yourself. But if you know astrology, you can actually know more about yourself, which it's hard to, know just from pure introspection. So that is the first thing which helped me. Right now, it also, so when I hire someone, or let's say when I start a new business or get into a new deal, I do look at some charts, try to see if this deal will be profitable or not, if this person is good or not, if we will, match, our wives will match or not.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of things I look at right now. So it's helping me in some other ways as well, just to build my conviction, I would say. And I have never been disappointed till date. Yeah. So things are going good for me. A lot of people don't believe it, by the way. And they keep on advising me, okay, you shouldn't take business decisions based on astrology and all those things. But I say, till date, there is everything good is happening. So why not to use it?
But are you superstitious as well then?
I'm not superstitious. I do try to have some logic behind everything which I do. For example, astrology is something which after learning, I feel it's very logical. I still don't know why. That's the thing, but I do see patterns, and they're always right. So not sure. I don't know why it is happening. So for example, I read charts of my friends also. And I got to know, I can see, like, this is how my friend behaves in certain situations. And I saw that, okay, this is what is written in the charts as well. So there's a clear correlation. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know why it is happening, but it works. If it works, okay, why not to use it? It's a science yet to be uncovered. I don't know.
Yeah,
The reason.
definitely so. Yeah, huge topic to investigate.
Exactly.
Has anyone helped you on your journey? Anyone you have to thank? Anyone's help?
No, I have a co-founder.
Okay.
I do have a co-founder. Yeah, and I do have some people who are helping me in the way. Mostly friends who are already building their own startups. So they're helping me a lot in the journey. And whenever I feel low or stuck in some situation, I just go and talk to them, and it always helps. So it's always good to have a peer group, and it's always good to have a good co-founder
Mhm.
uh, who should be a source of motivation for you.
What do you say is like the future of, because you mentioned micro SaaS products?
Yeah.
But what would you say is the vision of the, for the future of Microsoft SaaS micro SaaS products
Mm,
in 5 to 10 years?
Tough to say, really tough to say. I don't know what will happen in the next 1 or 2 years, because just like I said, I don't know how to code, but still I'm building apps. That
Mm,
should be scary for some of the developers, right? After 2 years, I mean, not sure what kind of apps AI might be building.
mm,
If that is the case, right, even I'm scared, because if anyone can build an app using AI, and building an app is so simple, why would companies pay for SaaS subscriptions? They can
mm,
build an app in-house, right?
mm,
Why would let's say you would pay for any small SaaS tool,
mm,
image generation tool, or let's say even anything, right? You
mm.
can simply go on and get a $20 subscription of some app who builds apps, and you can just build your own version. Okay,
Yeah.
trying to connect this database with this database, and everything done. Awesome, automated, everything automated.
Mm,
So if that is the future we are, you know, going into, I'm
mm,
not sure what will happen to all the VC-funded SaaS startups.
mm,
I'm not sure what will happen to all the developers who are building apps. Right now, what will be the state of micro-SaaS for the next 2 years? I'm not sure. I'm
mm.
still trying to figure out what will happen, because I want to just stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Definitely.
it's very
It's
uncertain.
stay
Not
ahead
sure.
of the curve. Yeah, keep ahead of the
Yeah.
competition. Has anyone surprised? Anything surprised you about your entrepreneurial journey so far?
No, no, nothing is. I don't feel like surprised
Mhm.
in any ways,
But
because I have seen a lot of people. If that is your question, let's say, because I've seen a lot of people in their entrepreneurial journey, so I'll already know ki, what will happen to me, what can happen to me in these kind of situations and everything. So yeah, I mean, I already know what I'm going into. I might be bankrupt the very next month. I'm not sure. Hope it never happens.
not after this podcast.
Just trying to avoid it. Yeah.
But if you have to start over today with no network or existing products,
Yeah.
what would the first thing you'd do to get to back to where
Fa-
you are now?
In that case, what I'll start doing is finding someone very smart, very ambitious, a
Mhm.
founder of some sort. So because the first thing I feel like you should start building your network.
Mhm. Yeah, network. Yeah.
Uh, network. I mean, it compounds.
Mhm.
Network always compounds. So if let's say you have 10 connections today, uh, after a year, those 10 connections can help you meet 10 other people. I
Mhm.
mean, right. But if you have nothing to start with right now, after 2 years, you have no connections. So build your ecosystem, like connections, as soon as you can. Once you have the connections, you have access to the right set of people, you have access to the right set of ideas, you have, if you face any problem, you want to, know how to do this, how to do that, build this, build that, get
Mhm.
customers, everything you can get it done if you have access to the right set of people. Start building your network. First of all, this is what I will do: work for anyone who is open to let me access their network. And yeah, after that, I'll start learning about what to build, and what is working right now. And yeah, just get someone, start building.
Because a lot of developers I know are quite shy. They'll just like scroll on the mobile phone most of the time.
Yeah, there's
What advice would you give to them then? Because they need to like speak to people now, human beings.
that's right. That's right. I feel like you should always get out of your comfort zone. First
Mm,
of all, I was also I'm for me, simply scrolling Twitter is very comfortable. I can get a lot of ideas from there.
mm,
Going on Reddit, talking on Reddit, like commenting on Reddit threads, watching YouTube all day. It's very comforting, right?
mm,
Building apps, just simply sitting at my home. I feel like this is so there are a lot of events which keep on happening. So right now I'm living in Bangalore, by the way. There are a lot of events keep on happening. Make myself uncomfortable. Just go on that. like go to that event, just sit there, do nothing almost. Just talk to 1 or 2%, come back home. So this is what I do nowadays, and I met a lot of good people. Some of few of the indie hackers I know are I met in those networking events only.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, you should get. I mean, you have to make yourself uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
some day or the other. If you're not uncomfortable right now, I mean, you will be very uncomfortable in future.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, you've got all those matches on Bumble now, so there's no excuses.
yeah. I'm not getting any matches from girls. My profile is still open to men only because I'm getting right size from men.
Okay.
In which I'm not interested at all. But it's a marketing thing. Anything for business.
It's a marketing thing, 100%. Right, that's it. Last question for people who want more information on you and your YouTube channel. How do they connect with you?
They can search Piyush Patel with double H, of course. Piyush Patel on YouTube, Piyush Patel on LinkedIn. They'll find my profile, and yeah, you can always DM me. I always respond to DMs. By the way, I try to respond to all the DMs. Yeah, just don't send hi only.
No Bumble matches, please. Piyush, thank you for coming to the show today. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully our listeners will get a lot out of it today. Hope they can end up building something as well. So much appreciated.
Great. Thanks, Neil. Thanks. I enjoyed a lot as well. Yeah.
Did you say you're in Bangalore?
Yeah, I'm in Bangalore.
Okay. Next time I'm due a visit to India because I've not been since 2019. So next time I'm Bangalore, I'll have to.
Yeah, sure. Happy to meet. Yeah.
Go for a few coffees and stuff like that. Awesome. Thank you, Piyush. Much appreciated.